What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another pretty cool little review for you of this one. This is actually one that was sent to me by Barbarian Brawny. Actually sent this to me to unbox it, so thanks, Barbarian Brawny. But Mark Perez from Loot-10-Tex, the YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Loot-10-Tex, aka New Breed EDC. This is his new design. This is actually a prototype, so really big shout out to him for letting me check out his prototype. I really think that is awesome that I'm even able to, hold or handle or check out a prototype. So, pretty cool of him. Thanks to all my channel members, Patreon subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, down below it's linked. Discord, we are in the Discord all the time. Some people more than others. I don't check as much as I should, but and Patreon's linked down below. As well as Discord, and channel members do my live stream typically 9:30 a.m. Central Time, live from the garage. So thanks to everyone, appreciate that. And without further ado, this is the New Breed EDC prototype Wingspan. Just reading off the little kind of story of the knife here off of New Breed EDC's website, which will also be linked down below if you're interested in the pre-order. This model is designed to be elegant but useful. The Wingspan has a compact profile when closed and opens up into a full-size EDC. It has a unique blade shape that I'm, being Mark, not me, but it has a unique blade shape that I'm calling a sheep's muck, sheep's foot and nest muck kind of combination. That's pretty cool. And it is really a unique blade shape. I think that's pretty neat. If you're looking for a sleek design with a useful balance, this tool is intended for you. So got all the information, all the specs on it on here, and says there's going to be two different versions. Option one be a belt satin blade, black titanium frame, silver twill carbon fiber overlays, which is what you got here, satin hardware, and black clip. And option two would be acid stonewash blade, blue titanium frame, weave carbon fiber overlays, and black hardware with a blue clip. So those are two that will be available, and there will be some changes. I'll go over the changes here towards the end after I do like a full overview, specs, all that, review my thoughts towards the end. So let's start out like normal here. I don't really get too many prototypes in, so just bear in mind that some of these things may change. Some things will change with the final production, but this is pretty close to what the final is going to be. So overall lengths, you're sitting right at 7 and 7/8 if you go from the tip of the handle to the end of the blade, or the the tip of the blade to the end of the handle. Sorry about that. Right at 7 and 15/16. That clip kind of sticks up just a little bit right there, but almost 8 inches. So overall blade length, you're looking right at 3 and 5/8 if you go to where it meets up with the handle right there, and you got a pretty generous forward choil right there. So laterally measuring that, you're looking at 3 and right at 3 and 3/16. And if you measure from the tip across, right about 3 and 3/16 on that as well. So right at pretty close to full size knife, 8 inches of full size knife. This is just under that. So for all intents and purposes, in my opinion, full size knife. All right, so let's get out the calibers here. Turn them on first. All right, thickest part of the spine, blade stock thickness, looking at 118 thousandths right there on the thickest part of the spine, and we'll go right in the middle of that belly right there on that Nesmuk blade shape. And right there you are looking at, come on. It's kind of hard with the tape that I put over them, but right at 31 thousandths before it goes down to the edge, and 450 thousandths on the handle thickness, so under half an inch on the handle thickness. Is a fairly thin filling handle, not in a bad way, but in a good way. So, all right, got the overalls out of the way. Let's go ahead and go with some of the usual suspects here. Got the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1 and the Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. All right, there you go. It's underneath the overall length of the Rat 1, over the overall length of the Rat 2, so kind of in between. A little less cutting edge than the Rat 1 if you go that way, but right at the same if you measure it laterally straight across. So a pretty decent amount of a cutting edge on that, especially considering it's not quite 8 inches, and it also has a very generous forward choil on it. Here is your Cold Steel, I almost said Demco, Cold Steel Knives 8010 and your Demco Knives 8020.5. So over the overall length of the slicer, and definitely has more cutting edge. And we'll go ahead and put them up like that. You can see the blade stock thickness difference. Alright, so the 8010 has definitely got some thicker blade stock going on. And again, bear in mind the final issue of these, the final full production is also going to be a hollow grind. Alright, so that's going to be a change that he does make on the final. So let's keep going. Size comparisons here. Got your Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and your Spyderco Para 3. Alright, so more sharpened edge than the Paramilitary 2. Well, right about the same, maybe a little bit more sharpened edge than the Paramilitary 2. Alright, so I don't know how I just took this out of a spot and somehow also filled that spot in, but alright, so let's go with the Chavez Scapegoat. Here is your Three Rivers Knives Manufacturing Bulldog. Pivot to pivot. Alright, let's see, let's do a couple of YouTuber knives here. Let's go with the Devo Knives Premium Pony Stout. There's a smaller version of the Stout right there, and one of my favorites, gotta do that twice, right? That is the KnivesKnives Misdemeanor. So there's an all YouTuber lineup right there. And last but not least, its older brother, I guess you could say, right here. This is a design I love that New Breed came out with, that Mark did, the Clydesdale, New Breed EDC Clydesdale. So definitely, you know, not very many comparisons with the two, right? So I think that's pretty cool. He's able to kind of branch out with the designs and stuff, design something that's, you know, totally different. I don't see really hardly any similarities between the two. I mean, captive pivot and long fuller hole, but you know, not really too many others. So that's pretty awesome that he can kind of reach across lines and do like a design language that's not really normally his own. You know, I think that's a sign of a great designer. And of course, right there, every good YouTube channel's normal size comparisons. You got the DeWalt frame and hammer and the 8-inch USA made 8-inch crescent wrench right there. Alright, so I think that does it for size comparisons. Get out the scale here, get a weight on this bad boy, and I am pretty sure, I don't know the weight on it, I haven't weighed it, and I didn't look just now on the website at the weight, so I'm just guessing. It feels really light, man, surprisingly light for the length, the cutting edge and all that you're getting. Ooh, what would I guess? I don't know. 3.3. No way. But yeah, at 3.2. I'm only 0.1 of an ounce off, which is like a slam dunk in my book. So yeah, 3.2 ounces. Definitely actually under the ounce and inch ratio. So that's pretty cool. Let's look inside of it here. Does it have, not really. It does have liners that are fully nested. That's aluminum, I guess, liners with a twill carbon fiber overlay, I guess you could call it. And Mark, whoever, definitely, Mark, correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. A lot of this stuff I might be wrong on. I never pretended to know everything. Very good lock bar action. Well, let me go ahead and finish off the specs, right? Getting ahead of myself on this. Alright, last thing on specs be your Torx driver. So let me get out, let's see, captive pivot, which is awesome, with a nice little pivot collar, by the way. I think it's T8. Yep, that's a T8. And body hardware, alright, T8, T8, T8. Awesome, man. Yep, T8, T8 across the board. Hell yeah, that is just awesome. So no need to change out drivers or have two of them, because you've got a single-sided captive pivot, and you got T8 hardware across the board, even with the pocket clip, which is pretty cool, man. Really, really nice touch on that. Let's see here. I think it is. I think it's right-handed tip-up carry only, I believe. Yeah, I was looking in there. Kind of got off camera a little bit, but I was looking in there to kind of see if it had a hole on this side also for another clip screw, which I don't see one. Let me get the flashlight out just to verify that. Want to be 100% sure on that. Yeah, because that's kind of a little bit of milling going on inside there on the bottom on both sides, and I don't see that. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe so. Come to think of it. Alright, so that clip is deep carry. I like how he did that. But also, look at it, man. If you look at it, you can take out, that goes into the backspacer, into this other screw, right? So if you took this out, slid it up, and put it on the other side, I think you could do, yeah, I think it does ambidextrous carry, man. That's awesome. And I like how that's kind of hidden too, if it is, which I'm pretty sure. Let me know in the comments again, Loot, man. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But yeah, that's pretty neat. The fact that it does have a backspacer at all is pretty awesome too. I think that's always a great touch for a knife. Kind of helps keep some of the some stuff out coming from the top there. So yeah, getting into aesthetics and the full, I guess, review, my thoughts on ergonomics. Ergonomically, this thing has just been awesome to carry. I really love it. You can choke back on it, pinky back here, get a full 4-finger grip on it. I wear a large size glove, have average size hands, you know, and no problems. It's pretty comfortable right there, but choked up's where it's at on this, on my book, with that second knuckle kind of landing right there. Really, really comfortable. Really great. I got jimping going halfway up the spine right there. That's really nice. The jimping is just a little bit sharp, you know, not like extraordinarily sharp, or like it cuts you. Like I just reviewed also the Mulsec, what was it, the Mulsec Orbit, and that's one of the changes they're actually going to make to their front flipper, was that jimping being really sharp, but this isn't quite as sharp as that, so no issues there. I can index it pretty easily like that. No issues there. Front flip it with your thumb, no issues there. You can use your middle finger, reverse flick it off of that that kind of long fuller slot right there. Opening hole, fuller slot, do the reverse flick's actually my preferred method of opening a knife, and very easy to do on this one, so that's cool too. So a lot of deployment options, and a really, really fidgety knife, I would say, overall. That silver twill carbon fiber is gorgeous looking. I like the little pivot collar they put on there too. I like the fact they did a single-sided captive pivot, and that's my first experience with a silver twill carbon fiber, so I think that's really nice. The titanium right there, that also looks really nice. I think it's actually aluminum on the prototype, I believe, but it's saying titanium on the hardware on New Breed EDC's website. Might be titanium, might be messing that up too, I don't know. That pocket clip works really great. Really, really neat how you put that little silver twill carbon fiber inlays inside of that. I think that was a really nice touch. And again, got the hole right there to access that pocket clip screw, which I'm thinking, also another reason why I've got a pretty good suspicion that might be mounted for lefty access too. You might be able to access it left-handed. But yeah, pretty neat, man. Really great quality. Bestex OEM on this. Great action. So as soon as you clear that detent, you're pushing that lock bar over, and right there is where you clear the detent at. When you do that, that thing kind of just, it's kind of a shake shut / fall shut. Oop, don't want to do that. Hit the camera mount there, but yeah, as soon as you clear it, kind of shake that shut, no problem whatsoever. Really awesome. And again, just a very fidgety knife, man. You can, you know, you got at least three very easily access deployment methods right there. So yeah, overall great knife. Had a hard time taking it out of the pocket at all. Really nice, unique blade shape. You know, get a lot of utility cuts and everything done with that. And it does come to a point there, so you can do piercing with it too. Again, some changes that are going to be made on the final. You're going to have S35VN on the final. This is just the prototype in D2. Says there will be a chamfer added along the exposed edge of the lock bar. The lock bar side overlay to knock down any sharpness, right? Which that's awesome, but I mean, I think it works pretty well as it is myself, but that can't hurt. Really great access to the lock bar too. That's what I was going to say earlier. I like how that lock bar is kind of swedged down right there, you know. Really good. Kind of hidden, but also easily accessible, which in my opinion is kind of a harder thing to do. Let's see, may ask to strengthen the D10 a touch. Well, that's always good. I mean, it doesn't come out whenever you shake it. I'm fine with the D10 the way it is myself, but a little bit stronger of a D10 can't hurt, you know. I mean, it'll always work itself in, so that definitely won't hurt. And it says will widen the finger deployment slot, and will widen the finger deployment slot, and the blade slot's 2.5 millimeter, be widened to 3.6 millimeter. So that's cool. A little bit wider of a slot, that can't hurt, you know, to deploy it, kind of make the deployment a little bit easier. But right now, as is, even with the prototype, you know, I can get in there and do a reverse flick on it fairly easily. So it can only get easier from there. So Mark, Loot-10, overall, man, I'd say you did an excellent job. I really tried to find something about the knife that I could bring up and just to point out as a negative on it. And I can't, you know, can't find anything. You know, I know Mark's, you know, he does YouTube also and is in the community and all that stuff. So I'm not, wouldn't give him like a favorable review if I didn't think, it was deservingly so. And this I definitely think is, if only, I mean, the only change that I could possibly think of would be maybe make, the jimping here a little more, a little wider maybe, or a little less sharp. You know, that tends to be just a little sharp if you're indexing it. But, you know, using your thumb to open it, I mean, I can do this all day with no issues, and it works. It's fine. And pretty much my preferred method of opening and closing this one anyway is the reverse flick. So if they do widen that hole right there in the blade, I think that'll only get better with that. So new Breed EDC Wingspan. Check Mark out on Loot-10-Tex. He does lives every Saturday pretty much, 2 p.m. Central. He goes live usually an hour or two after I'm off on Saturdays. And check out his website, newbreededc.com. It's going to be linked down below, as well as his YouTube channel. Definitely go subscribe to that. And pre-order for these will be available. I think they are available, actually. Yeah, they're available right now. I need to get in on that. So $145 pre-order, and that's going to be for S35EM, silver twill, carbon fiber, and titanium. I don't think you could go wrong with that. I mean, I think that's an exceptional price, you know, for what you're getting, and hell of a design there. So thank you guys for watching. Hope this was informative, enjoyable. Hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe right down there if you want more of it. Hope you guys have a good evening, night, whenever you're watching this. Until next time, y'all stay sharp.